Most of the writing you'll do here at Fuller will have a couple of things in common. Number one, it will be scholarly or academic. And number two, it'll be directed at a Christian audience because we're at a seminary. So there are some things that many of the members of the Fuller community all do have in common, and among them are that we're scholars and that we're Christians. We're all at a seminary together. There are some other characteristics that we might have in common as well. So we're educated, we're pastoral, etc., so on and so forth, not to mention the fact that we're all human. So based on that, you might think that it's a fair or good idea to include a statement in your writing along the lines of, we often assume we're all alike. And that's fine. But wait, who are we? Who are you writing about? Who are you referring to in that we? Maybe you just mean Christian humans at Fuller, which is great because that is a much more specific group than all humans ever. But even within that more specific group, there are a lot of subgroups at Fuller. Are you referring just to those of us who are here in Pasadena or North America, or the Koreans among us, or the Centro Latino students among us? Are you referring just to male students or female students, or pastors, or lay people, or recent converts to Christianity, or people who were raised in the church, or Baptists, or Unitarians, etc., and so on and so forth? I'm not just offering these variables or these groups for fun. Depending on the scope and the size and the location of your argument, these kinds of distinctions might be vital for what you're trying to express. When you use a first-person plural perspective, you necessarily are including yourself and your reader in the same group. Remember that a TA might be reading your paper instead of your professor. Are you sure that you and your TA and your professor are all in the same group together, however you define it? Are all possible readers of your paper included in that same we? If not, you might consider avoiding the first-person plural altogether. That's where the neutral third-person perspective is your best friend. If you do choose to use the first-person plural perspective, which is okay, in order to avoid confusion about who is included in that we or in that us group, you want to define us as clearly and as early as you can in your writing. Consider the following variables in order to help define this group. And note that this isn't an exhaustive list, and not all of these categories will be necessary for describing who we are in every argument. So, some things to consider are geographic location, location in time, ideological preferences, denomination, ethnic and cultural identity, gender and sexual identity, and professional location. Check out the PDF resource below for more details about all of these categories and how to include them in your own writing to let us know who it is you're talking about.